Hey everybody, we're going to start our Death Stranding 2 on the beach trophy guide with a trophy roundup of all the pretty simple trophies. First one, my first structure. Build your first ladder if you want to, right in the beginning of the game, and you'll get the trophy, or any structure like that. Now this one's kind of interesting. It's like that. This is a cutscene. He gives Fragile a like, I guess, by giving her a thumbs up, and that counts for the trophy, giving your first like. Starting point, this is connecting your first facility to the network here in Mexico, C1. This one is the first time I took a look at the social network, the Social Strand Service, SSS, and read some of the clips. Of course, we were getting pictures from Fragile before that, but here we are. This is the first time I'm completing a aid request. They are in Mexico and Australia. You can do them whenever, and I do suggest you do as many as you can, because they will help your connections with facilities. And here is a life well liked. This was receiving a certain amount of likes, and we got it towards the end of Mexico here. That was 2,400 likes, by the way. Here's our first APAS enhancement. So that gives us self-improvement. Plenty of these you're going to get throughout the game, and all but one or two of them are really fantastic and useful. This must have been the first standard order I did, even though we are now in Australia. You can do standard orders in Mexico. Maybe they didn't unlock until we got to Australia. Not entirely sure, but there is the first standard order I finished. On the Magellan, you can do VR training for all your weapons and combat and all sorts of other things. So feel free to check that out whenever. But it is kind of shoved in your face pretty early on in Australia. Once you give your first animal to the animal shelter that isn't part of a story mission, you'll get creature comfort. I did that quite a lot. Work on those roads and those rails. This is a road restorer. Keep a lot of metal and ceramics in your truck as you're driving around. Build these roads. They are going to help you out immensely. I spent so much time on the road in this game, driving around. Long distance lugger. That is for going over 80 kilometers. Again, build those roads. You got a lot of miles to cover. Here we have heavy lifter lifting over 2 tons, which is 2,000 kilograms. These are all the simple trophies. Pretty easy. But I do like all the dings we're getting. Making it your own. So just take a picture at some point. The photo capture in this game is quite robust. Take a picture of something. I took one of the giant tar lake that we'll look at later, and I put that in one of the facilities, not the Magellan, but one of the facilities here. At the inventor, we got a porter at peak popularity, which is 50,000 likes. Compulsive cargo, transporting more than 500 pieces of cargo delivered. There's 503 right there. And a premier porter. Much easier than the first game. You have to reach 40 on all 5 points. You have porter, combat, stealth, servicemanship, and bridge link. I think what took me the longest was the combat and stealth, because you don't really have to get all stealthy or combat-y, if that's a word. But, you know, you can kind of focus on doing a lot of deliveries. I finally reached 40 on combat and stealth, doing some standard orders and going into the brigand camps to complete all those kind of things. Lastly, we're going to take a look at fixing structures. So if you see those yellow hammers there above the charging station and the bridge icons off in the distance, if you walk up to any of those, You can repair a structure by adding chiral crystals. Sometimes you can add materials like metal, 400 kilograms of metals or whatever it is, and that will repair it and give you the trophy. Hope this helped. We got a lot more coming. Take care.